What's up guys, Luke Deutschlander here with another video. If you guys like my videos, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about eBay. And I'm wondering, why does everybody keep getting banned off of eBay? So I'm sure you guys have noticed there's been a couple other YouTubers, and I'm not going to say names, but there's been a couple YouTube videos posted about people saying I'm never going to sell on eBay again, or I'm done with eBay. I hate eBay fees. I hate eBay scams. And I just personally don't understand. Now, I don't sell all of my products on that platform. However, I have been a long-time member of eBay, and I personally have maybe been scammed maybe once or twice, and I typically win the scams that, you know, try and attempt to scam me. So I'm kind of trying to feel for you guys. Like, I totally feel, I mean, it sucks to be banned off eBay, or it sucks to not sell on eBay, it sucks paying seller fees and all that, but I'm just wondering, what kind of situations are going on that you guys are getting banned off of eBay? Especially people out there, you know, who are basically trying to sell courses and stuff, and they can't even sell on eBay. And I'm just personally curious. I want to hear your guys' stories. So this is kind of more of a rant video, not really going to talk about phone flipping. I mean, it is phone flipping related because it seems like a lot of people who sell smartphones get banned on eBay. And so what I did want to do is maybe possibly give a couple examples on just bad things that can happen on eBay and how you should handle the situation. So the number one thing that happens on eBay that ticks everybody off is you ship the buyer the item and then they complain and say, oh, well, I opened the device up and it's got water damage. Okay, so this is kind of a tough one, guys. Now, see, somebody who's kind of untrained with the eBay system would probably write a quick reply to this and say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that the phone has water damage. Send it back for a return. Now, this person replying in this instance is kind of doing the right thing. You are supposed to offer a return and be courteous to the customer because of the fact that if you fight with the customer, sometimes the customer will actually just scam you because you tick them off, and the ball's in their court right now because of the fact that you agreed with them that, oh, okay, maybe the phone was water damaged. So that's kind of a mistake though. So what you should do in this situation, and how I would personally reply, if I sent a phone out and let's just say it was basically like a brand new phone. Like, I've had this happen before where I'll send out a brand new phone and it's a buyer on eBay that's got low feedback, okay? And this is always really annoying. So trust me, for those of you guys that have been banned on eBay, I totally hear what you're saying, and I know it's super upsetting. So I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to put anybody down here. I'm grieving with you. I know it sucks. But how you guys should reply to these scams basically is when somebody tries to issue a scam and you know it's a scam, like you know for a fact there was no water damage to the phone or there was no crack because you shipped like basically a brand new phone out. What you guys should do is when a customer says, I opened the device and I saw water damage, or I opened the device and I saw this, or I attempted to unlock the device and now it won't work, or something like that, the best thing you can actually do is use this phrase. Okay, I'm really sorry to hear that. So what you're telling me is you discovered this problem by altering, keyword guys, altering the device by opening it, or by altering the device by purchasing a third-party service to try and unlock the device by using the device's IMEI, question mark. This usually trips up all scammers. Or they'll just say yes. And if they say yes to altering the device, you've already won the eBay case. So it's an eBay policy, and I'm not going to go through the whole policy because I don't have it in front of me, and I'm sure it's just umptum pages long. But there is a policy in the eBay platform that basically says if you ship out an item to a buyer and the buyer alters the device in any way, shape, or form, that is grounds for no returns. So when you get a buyer to basically admit via eBay message that they have altered the device, guys, that is when you call eBay and you tell them about the conversation and you let them know exactly what happened and you refer to the eBay messages. Now the key here, guys, is getting the buyer to admit to this via eBay messages. So that's scam number one, guys. Basically, I gave you guys an example how somebody who basically is newer to eBay would reply. I gave you an example of how I would reply, and if you do use the reply that I just told you, typically that's how it should go down. Now, I'm not saying this works every time, but like 99% of the time, this works. I've had it happen to me many times, And I use that phrase every time. I trip the scammer up. Basically, it's all about tripping the scammer up, guys. Getting them to say the wrong thing in eBay messages. Because they're just out to scam you. And the sad thing is, if you end up losing the return, at this point, it's very hard to turn the return over once you get it back and say you get back an empty box. So it's best just to put the return down right away and try and trip the person up in the messages before it even goes into being escalated, or, you know, basically you get a return back and then you have to open up a dispute case with eBay. That's not the way you want to go. So that's one way of solving this. Now the other way, and this is kind of the big guy way of doing it, and by big guy I mean if you're a big seller, if you're cranking out $20, $30, $40, $50, $60,000 a month, if somebody wants to return an iPhone 6 and your cost on it was $50 and you sold it for $120, don't argue with the guy. Don't open up an eBay case, because if you lose and it goes against your seller ratings and you end up getting your account suspended or restricted, you're going to cost yourself a ton of money each month. Now, I know it sucks, guys, when you're right. It really sucks when you're right and somebody does you wrong. And I'm talking about eBay. Now, eBay does you wrong because you know you're right, and eBay doesn't have your back because they agree with the scammer. But how you got to look at things, guys, is the bigger picture. So if somebody costs you $50 because they scam you out of one phone, hey, let it go. You make $20,000 a month off of the eBay platform. Do you really want to get banned? And I know this is kind of hard to hear because I know it sucks, and I like playing by the rules, and I like being right by the book. That's why I give you guys all this detailed information. But sometimes, guys, when you're out on the baseball field in eBay, let's say eBay's the baseball field, and you've got yourself pitching, and you've got Babe Ruth. I'm sure you guys know who Babe Ruth is, who's one of the, best short-term home run hitters in history of baseball. If you got Babe Ruth batting, sometimes it's best just to let him hit, because you guys are not going to win versus eBay. You guys can try avoiding paying your eBay fees. I've seen people try and do that. I've seen people post rant videos saying, oh, I'm not going to pay my eBay fees. And it's like, you're not going to play games with a billion-dollar company, and you're just one little guy. eBay's going to take you and just give you the flick off their platform. So don't have that mentality, guys, of I'm going to get even with eBay. Guys, eBay isn't a terrible company. It's just some of its employees don't necessarily do the best job, and that's anywhere. I could make a reference right now to restaurants. I'm sure we've all been to Olive Garden before. Sometimes it's awesome. Sometimes you get somebody that just sucks, or the waitress sucks. It doesn't mean Olive Garden as a whole is terrible. So when you guys are trying to not pay your eBay fees, or trying to do things kind of illegitimately to get back at eBay or get revenge at eBay, don't do that, guys. Because you're only hurting yourself. You're literally hurting yourself. So just kind of wanted to keep that in mind, guys. Kind of wanted to give you some positivity. Like, if you lose a little money on eBay, hey, it's a cost of business. When you guys do lose money, make sure you guys print out that transaction record and save it for at the end of the year for deductions. Because if you get scammed out of goods, that is a deduction. So kind of keep that in mind, guys. So I kind of wanted to give one example of just a common scam. Like I said, common scam is person getting the device and just saying something's wrong with it, or they've opened it. Just make sure you try and trip them up with that keyword, altered the device. That is something that can help you win a lot of eBay cases. But that being said, guys, the main topic of this video, and I just wanted to give those examples, kind of go into some of the stuff that can happen on eBay, and just, what you guys might be thinking. Trust me, I know, I understand. But you guys got to keep calm in all situations, and the calmer you are and the cooler you are, the better you'll handle it, and the better your result will be on eBay. And not to mention, guys, even if you don't sell a ton on eBay, you don't ever want to burn your bridges. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard this phrase before, but you've got eBay, you've got Mercari, you've got Amazon, you've got Craigslist, you got Facebook. Why would you ever want to burn one of your 5 bridges? Now, although eBay, Amazon, Facebook, OfferUp, Craigslist, yeah, sure, they're all there, but it's like, why would you want to burn one of those bridges? So you burn eBay. Let's say eBay's your thumb. Okay, so eBay's your thumb. You burn that bridge. Just imagine, guys, going around for the rest of your life with no thumb. And I'm sorry for anybody out there who's got to be like that and it was out of their control. But just imagine going the rest of your life without a thumb because of the fact that you made a stupid choice and you tried to argue with a billionaire company. Just take the $20 loss and keep your freaking thumb. And it's kind of that simple, guys. I know it's hard, trust me. When I first started out selling online, there was times... when I wasn't so experienced, I did get scammed a few times, and man, I was mad. I was so mad this one guy This one guy sent me back a broken Nintendo DS, and I had shipped him a brand new Galaxy S7 Edge, and I was, so mad. I was so mad. I remember it like it was yesterday. The guy was in Florida, and I went all FBI on him. I looked the guy up, found out where he lived, found out what business he owned, and I found him on Facebook. When I saw him on Facebook, and he's a good-looking guy, had a good-looking girlfriend, and he had a mansion behind him. And I looked through some of his pictures, and I'm like, this guy's a rich prick. He literally scammed me, and he didn't even need the money. You know, I was going to look him up and be like, maybe he's some poor college kid. I'm like, maybe he needs the money worse than me. You know, I'll just let it go. So that really bothered me. But what I realized this whole time when I was investigating this guy and how I was just angry at it, and like I said, and I was angry at eBay too. I spent so many phone calls on eBay, and I never got my money back, by the way. And this is, like I said, early on in my selling career. I realized that I should have never wasted any time on that, because all that effort and all that time that I did getting worked up and all of that and blah, 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 I literally could have been posting ads. I could have been buying phones. I could have started this online course a long time ago and started teaching other people how to sell phones. So like I said, the cooler, the calmer, the better your situation's going to go, especially when it comes with dealing with eBay. And like I said, I know it can be frustrating. I've completely been there. But I really don't want to see you guys get banned on eBay. I really don't want to see it. You know, like I said, I've got friends out there that, you know, do YouTube, and they're getting banned off eBay left and right. I'm just like, guys, what are you doing that you're getting banned off eBay? And it's not so much that they're doing something wrong. It's that they are reacting to the situation wrong. Life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it. And if you guys are reacting angrily at eBay and being mean and, you know, just rude to the customer service reps and not paying your eBay fees and just being disrespectful, like I said, eBay's going to take you and just flick you off the platform because you're just a little guy. You're nothing to them. And I know that hurts to hear. You know, even though I've sold on there for a long time, I'm sure in eBay's eyes, I'm probably nothing to them. And a lot of people are. It's a privilege to sell on eBay, and this is kind of a unique take on this because there's so many videos out there that are just angry at eBay, and there's eBay Facebook scammer groups and eBay never sell on eBay again groups, like all these like proactive rights groups, and I'm like, guys, it's just an online selling platform. You just got to roll with the punches, and you got to basically count your wins with your losses. And if you do sell on eBay and you do it the right way, you guys will typically have a lot more wins than losses. Another thing you guys can do when you do talk to eBay, and I'm going to give you guys a quick tip here, this is in my course. If you guys are dealing with an eBay rep that doesn't speak fluent English, honestly the best thing to do, and this is going to sound crazy, but it's actually not, the best thing to do when you're talking to that eBay rep is to hang up the phone and then call again. And the reason is, if you do get one of the reps that doesn't speak very fluent English, they're not going to understand you. And you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the eBay reps that have a super thick accent. But I've noticed if you hang up and call back a few times and you end up getting lucky and you get somebody that speaks fluent English, or if you call and then you just ask for a supervisor, you just cut the lower end person out right away, typically this can help out quite a bit if you just basically cut out the lower end people, or if you speak to somebody who speaks in fluent English. I do have a video on my YouTube channel. It's from a long time ago. It's kind of a long video. At least I want to say that it's still on my channel. And it is also in my course. It's like a 4-part video in my course. But it's basically how I've won almost every eBay return that's ever been issued against me. I think I've only lost one in my entire online selling career, which I think is pretty good. And the other thing is, you know, I do pretty good with my listings. I'm pretty detailed, especially if the item is used. And that can kind of help too, guys, is just make sure you guys are being detailed and honest about your listings. And another thing you can do, if you think your item's in 10 out of 10 condition, well, put it down as 8 out of 10 condition, because you don't want to get people's expectations up, because your 10 out of 10 condition might be somebody else's 6 out of 10 condition. You never know. Even though you think you're the biggest analytical prick in the room and you think, you know, you're super finessey and you're super strict about stuff, well, maybe there's somebody out there that your 10 out of 10 is like a 7 on their sheet. So just be careful of that, guys. I know it's a touchy subject, and I know it's upsetting to be banned and to, you know, just to deal with the eBay scammers and the fees and all that. I know it can be difficult, but it's worth it in the long run, and I just don't want to see any other fellow phone flippers or any fellow eBay eBayers out there getting banned off of eBay. So that being said, guys, I super appreciate you guys watching this video. If you guys like this video, like, share, and subscribe. If you guys want me to cover more topics like this, drop some comments below. And then another thing, guys, if you guys have personally been banned on eBay, or if you guys have a restricted account, or you have some kind of crazy scam story that you'd like to talk about, drop it in the comments below. I would love to read it and reply to you guys and just see, you know, kind of what's going on out there, because I just want to help people, and I don't want to see people getting scammed anymore on eBay. And I don't want to see people getting banned and reacting the wrong way either, if the situation could have been avoided or they could have kept their account somehow. Because like I said, guys, if you play eBay right, you will have many more wins than you will losses, and sometimes losses are just a cost of business. So that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.